need to address the elephant in the room. Now, different people feel different ways. Some people are like, oh, why would Alycia Baumgardner take it this route? Why would she potentially press charges, make it a legal matter, send Claressa to jail? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Right? And some of you guys, you're over complicating this. Allow me to explain.
But now look, I had to run up on her, let her know, quit playing with me. Like, why you think everything? She think that she can just like clout chase off me and think that I was so nice to her. She feel like I'm soft. Like I'm not soft. You know what I'm saying? Like we can really get it cracking. Like if you want to fight, we can fight. But don't think I'm gonna keep letting you disrespect me though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Claressa, when did this start? The animosity?
It started when she became a hater. She started calling me out. After the video went viral of me getting dropped 5 years ago by some dude up in sparring. She jumps on that video, and mind you, me and her are still friends. Then she jumps on that video and starts like talking about me, saying she'll drop me, she'll do this. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I guess we not friends? So we not sisters?
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack, coming to you live, Boxingego unpack, yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack, coming to you live. First of all, you have people bringing up all types of various altercations. So I'm not going to go over every one that I'm hearing because it would take all day. So we'll just throw out a few. People are like, oh, but Devin Haney and his entourage, they went after Tiger Johnson. But Madison Square Garden did the same thing. Day later, issued a press release, and they said, if we catch the people who did it, you are facing a ban and you will never be allowed inside an event in Madison Square Garden. So that's just a dumb example to even bring up because the same consequence. The other thing, people are like, but Caleb Plant, he slapped Charlo, but ego. Now, that did happen. Caleb Plant slapped Charlo. But we're talking about two men. And if you don't believe that different things apply for men and women, then that's on you. That's one thing. When I look at these situations, I'm going on a case-by-case basis. A lot of people want to, for example, if you're being tried for unaliving somebody, here are the charges, here's the case, here's what the DA has against you, and here are the facts and the forensics, blah, blah, blah. So when they call you to the stand to defend yourself, that's like you saying, but OJ, what about OJ Simpson? Y'all let him go. Like, what does OJ Simpson have to do with you? You know what I mean? And it's just funny to me that people are desperately trying to connect all these other dots that are just individual situations. Caleb, Jamal Charlo, these are also two pro fighters. They're also men. And it happened in a fight setting. Like, it was literally after a weigh-in, right? And it looked like in the back, kind of like a back alley, not back alley, but like tunnel area, right? So I don't know if they have cameras set up at all angles and all that type of stuff. So unfortunate event. It happened. So it kind of just went and happened, and then kind of Charlo didn't pursue it. He just said he wanted to fight Caleb Plant. The other issue is you have two people who are right around the same weight, 160 to 168. For Claressa Shields, the reason she looked like a bully is she, in her last fight, weighed 174. Baumgardner weighed 130. So again, you got the Breakfast Club, and all these different people opining on it, but they don't know boxing. Charlemagne literally brought this up, and he was like, didn't Devin Haney get into it with somebody? He didn't even know the name of the rival boxer that Devin Haney's camp got it in with. So you could believe me, or you could believe these other people who they're not specific boxing like talking heads. I'm a boxing talking head. I have the right to talk about this because I've been talking about Claressa, good, bad, or indifferent, since she turned pro. I was at her first fight. These other dudes that are now like talking about it, they weren't at Claressa's first fight interviewing her. I was. So there's the difference. There's the level. So you could believe me or believe the people that don't even know the names of the boxers, the dates, the times, the faces, and all that. So people keep trying to convolute the situation and conflate it and bring up all these other, oh, but this person did it. Sure, you can find individual examples. What happened with Baumgardner, they were in a VIP after party of their first ever MMA event, right? So everything is per the organization or company, right? You got to look at the fine details. For example, one restaurant may allow you to wear a hat, but then a more upscale restaurant, maybe they don't allow you to wear a hat, or I can't wear this beanie in there. It just depends on the individual. So for MVP, who's trying to do big business with Netflix, and it's their first ever show, not even a boxing show at that, an MMA show, they don't like how this represented their event. If people, both Alycia and Claressa, are arguing, the clip goes viral. You literally had some dude on camera like, are they about to fight? Oh, I want to get in. Oh, world star, and making it ghetto. You know what I mean? Ghetto-tizing the event. So I can't be mad at MVP for banning Claressa Shields. That's the reality of it. You know what I mean? And since here's another angle, I love to give you guys perspective. Here's the skinny of it, mate. Claressa Shields, I don't know if she was even invited per se. I don't know if she bought a ticket. I don't know if she was comped a ticket. Don't really matter. But you're not an in-house fighter. You had nothing to do with the promotion. You had your opportunity to sign to these people, MVP, and you could have been doing commentary at the Ronda Rousey and Carano fight. You could be on these cards instead of Baumgardner headlining on ESPN. That could have been you. What did DMX say? That could have been you. That could have been you at the venue. So we don't even know how Caboose and Claressa Shields got there. Was it invite? Did you just buy tickets? We don't know. Right? Did you contact MVP and they comped you? We don't really know those details as of me recording this video. So make no mistake about it. You were the outsider. You didn't sign to these people. So using that, the information we do know, Claressa and Caboose being the outsider, why would MVP not root for the home team? Again, you guys are trying to make this more complex than it really is. Baumgardner's with MVP. It was an MVP first ever event for MMA. They wanted to go on without a hitch, go off without a hitch. They wanted to be memorable. They wanted it, to sell. They want to make profit. They don't want people slapping and pushing and making their event look like Zeus Network, looking like a reality Love and Hip Hop or Baddies or whatever these shows are called, Real Housewives type of show. That's not what they're going for. So again, use your own logic. Why would MVP, why on earth would they not want a clean show? Why would they not root for the home team and get behind the person that is signed to them? And here's the thing. Let's be real, right? Claressa, by her own admission, was offered a partnership and a deal to fight on MVP, who seemingly has mostly all the other popping women, almost everybody MVP has. So it would have been a natural fit for Claressa to go there. She chose Papoose and Win Records, and the promotion, they ain't done an event bigger than Ronda Rousey Carano or Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor. They haven't. Or Jake Paul Joshua, Jake Paul Tyson. So MVP, got to give them props. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing and learning on the job. Win Records, that's a good name for it. Win. When is Claressa's next fight? When's she going to get another win? When can we expect some accountability? When is she going to stop eating with her mouth open and smacking? So that's a good name for him. Win Records. Because that's the only question we have for Claressa is win, win, win. Right? Anywho, MVP, they're fairly new to the game in general, definitely in the MMA spot. They're trying to compete with the UFC and make their mark. They don't want this. They don't want this ratchet Zeus Network type of stuff. Save that for the love of Ray J or one of them type of shows. You know what I mean? And again, Claressa could have been over there. And let's be real. If Claressa actually signed the MVP and the same altercation happened, given if they were both under the same umbrella of MVP, there's a chance. And we never know because she didn't sign to that. She went to win. But there's at least a chance that if you both were MVP, that they wouldn't have pursued this type of action on Claressa Shields with an indefinite ban, you know, if they were both under the same umbrella, because then it'll be like Queensberry Promotions having Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois, and then they get in a scuffle. They're both with the same promoter, so at the end of the day, maybe they don't press charges, maybe they don't pursue. You got to think about these things. So MVP 100% in the right. If I had a brand and a business, like picture yourself owning a club. You open a hot nightclub in San Francisco. Do you want a bunch of street fighters and Street Fighter Alpha and people spilling drinks and getting in fights and blood on the floor and, you know what I mean? Blood on the dance floor, no Michael Jackson song? Or do you want to have an upscale, you know, people having a good time, people spending money at the bar, making profit? So y'all could keep bringing up whatever examples of other people who have been in fights at, as far as boxers and stuff like that. I'm not finna go deep off into that because here's the other thing. Sometimes punches get thrown like Mayorga or Eric Morales or Marco Antonio Barrera, but that was also a different time, right? Just like rap music. When I was growing up, there were people using the F word and certain words in their lyrics that in today's time, if an artist dropped some of the stuff that Eminem was dropping and saying on Marshall Mathers, cancel culture wouldn't even allow it. Or look at comedy today, right? There's very few comedians that are under 30 that are really pushing it to the edge and pushing the envelope uncensored, saying whatever they want, because people are afraid of like cancel culture. So a lot of these examples that y'all are bringing up, oh man, but what about this fighter? What about this? I don't even know what timepiece those happen. And most of those examples that I'm hearing aren't specific to this. They're involving men and they're at actual fights and there's not a 40-pound, 50-pound weight difference, right? So it's looking bad. And then there's a section of GWOAT stands and they're like, man, Baumgardner had it coming. She said this and she was chirping. So, yeah, Claressa did what she needed to do. Good. Keep that energy. She did what she did. And now that slap finna cost her. So the people who are out here like, man, if that was me, I would have did the same thing. Of course, because you ain't got no sense. And for you to do it, who cares? You work at Jack in the Box, so we don't care what you would do anyway. But the point of what I'm saying is when you're worth millions, Claressa's like $8 million deal, $8 million deal. I'm worth so much money. I got a happy marriage or relationship with Papu. All these things. Now you're running a risk. You're risking your freedom and you're risking financial stress by paying legal fees or court costs or whatever. So again, I would expect people who ain't never had nothing to not understand what that's like and just tell us what they would do. Oh man, had that been me, like, yeah, of course, because you don't got nothing to lose. But a person with 2 gold medals, as they always remind us, and millions of dollars, as they always remind us, right? You got something to live for. You got something to lose. So the stakes are higher for you. So I don't care about these bum people in the comment section talking about, yeah, she did right. All right, miss, she did right. She did right. Now deal with these consequences and repercussions of your actions. And then you went on social media bragging about it. You're trying to hurt her brand. Again, think. Somebody is trying to hurt your brand. They gonna hit you where it hurts, hit your pocket, right? I wouldn't even be surprised if this came above Alycia Baumgardner. Maybe she wanted it. I don't know. But this is also a smart play for MVP, right? Let me explain. Hold on. I always make sense. I do these videos. I've been doing it, and I guarantee my dollar I'm gonna make sense, right? Here's why it makes sense for MVP. Just think about what I'm about to say and give it a fair shake. MVP got almost all the females that are relevant outside of Claressa Shields. Shields is like, I'm the face of boxing, and you're trying to market all these other women as the future faces of boxing. So the thing is one against many, right? And this is pretty much the only female not signed with MVP that kind of stands in your way. She has the accolades, she has 2 gold medals, and she's also boastful and letting people know how great she is and that she's number 1. So how do you eliminate the threat? You take a situation like this and you knock them off. We're just talking about simple business, simple politics. Your op gets caught lacking, you exploit it, you take advantage. And this is what I warned you about regarding Claressa Shields. She is so emotional. I told you this, that she will allow people to be able to control her, and she doesn't even realize it. Remember that Adam Sandler movie Click, where he had a remote and he could pause, rewind people, all types of stuff? That's Claressa Shields. Everybody else is the Geppetto. Fans, other fighters, promoters, right? Rivals, enemies, bloggers. We the Geppettos, because we can control Claressa Shields and pull the strings. A person says a comment she don't like, she got to respond. A blogger makes a video, she under a burner account, right? So at that point, when you're too emotional, like I warned you about, you become, one, a liability, because you're too, say it with me, predictable. You never want to become so predictable where everybody can exploit it because we know how you'll react. We know your next move. We know you're a crash out. So when you become predictable, it becomes a weakness for you, because if I say X, Y, and Z, I'm going to solicit the response. So Claressa Shields is foolish because she is accomplished and she has something to lose, and you're letting people trick you out of your position because you from the hood and you can't let that go, because you have a certain mentality and you can't advance. So I don't care what Baumgardner said. Why would you let someone trick you out your position like that? It could never be me, right? If you're the face of boxing, you're in a happy relationship, you're making all this money, you never let somebody get under your skin so much to the point where it hurts your brand, right? It hurts your brand. Now, if you did a deal and figured out the weight and made a fight and then y'all were doing this, that would be acceptable. But Claressa, being who she is, being unhinged, being emotional, Carl Thomas, she allows for this. And I've been saying the same thing over and over, and I predicted these moments. Y'all all should be bowing down to Boxingego because I predicted this. Everything that happened, and then it happened, and then now you got quote stands trying to explain it when I told you what was going to happen. I told you she was a crash out. I told you you can manipulate a person like that. I told you that Claressa Shields needs to read the 48 Laws of Power. Shout out to my boy Robert Greene, because it explicitly tells you the laws and the transgressions of that law, right? When to use it, when not to use it. But Claressa clearly has not read the book, because everything she does is a mistake. She like fails all 48 laws of power, probably, like all of them. There's not one law that she is observing and out here doing right by. So part of that is what has led her to this. Now, the funny thing is, people think it's easy to do what I do. Like, I just get on here, make a couple jokes, get my money, and get views. But I have gems in the messaging. That's what people fail. People try to do impressions like me, try to have intros and outros like me, title their videos and thumbnails like me. But what you're failing to realize is the most important thing is what I'm saying on this mic, the words that are coming out. And it doesn't help that I got the golden voice, right? That's an extra sprinkle of something. That's a cherry on top. But I've been telling you about the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And if I'm telling you about it, there's a reason for that. Again, there's gems in my videos. It's up for grabs and up to you to pick it up. So anywho, Claressa Shields out here wilding out per usual. And the funny thing is, you look at Claressa, and this was highly predictable, at least to me. And the 48 Laws of Power, Law 17. I told you, Claressa doesn't follow this. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. It teaches that predictability gives others a sense of control over you. Ain't that what I've been saying? I told you, the information is in this book. Y'all got to read. It gives others a sense of control over you. By acting inconsistently, you keep opponents off balance and force them to exhaust their energy by anticipating your next move. Disrupting routines. Humans, creatures of habit, prefer patterns. Randomly breaking your own patterns causes unease, which creates, say it with me, leverage. Controlling the narrative. When people cannot decipher your moves, they spend their time guessing instead of strategizing against you. naturally places you in the forefront of their minds. Strategic versus reckless. Claressa, do you think she's strategic or reckless? The law is about tactical mystery, not erratic chaos. Claressa is erratic chaos. Your core values and goals should remain consistent, while your methods and reactions should be kept secret, right? So again, that's just a sample, Cliff Notes, 48 Laws of Power. Now, when you hear that law, is Claressa observing that law? Or is she highly predictable, right? You say something about her appearance, she'll probably comment back. She'll block you, but she'll probably comment and then block you. She's just too easy to manipulate. So because of that, you become a risk and a target because you're too easy to get a rise out of, right? So Baumgardner, she might have tricked you out your spot. She might have been like, yeah, I'm going to antagonize her and I'm going to irritate her, and then she going to do something stupid, and then now she got to pay. Don't you see those videos with them streamers and people, and they're running these weird pranks, and then when they get the person enraged and incited, then they're like, it's a prank, it's a prank. And then if you haul off and do something, you could get in trouble for that, right? I told you, Claressa's similar in MO. I'm not saying she racist, but to that Chud the Builder dude. It's the same thing. He goes around town calling people names, talking about his free speech, calling them to in this, in that, you're imping out and all that, right? And you do that trying to get a rise out of people. And then when somebody want to pull up because they're angry, then he like got pepper spray for you. Or he talking about he got this for you. He gonna up the heat on you. You know what I mean? Like, you can't allow people to trick you out your spot. I don't know how else to say it, right? So I don't know if this was planned or whatever, but this is a great tactical move by MVP, if I'm being honest. You had a girl who's very accomplished, and Claressa gave them a path to get you out the way and to stain your name and blemish your name. You're a great fighter. You can't allow people to get you in that role to the point where they make it that easy to knock you off and knock you out your spot. It reminds me of Kendrick versus Drake, right? Hear me out. Drake was up here in like the #1 selling rapper for sure. But you engaged in a beef that you really couldn't win. Lyrically, you're not nicer than K-Dot. We know that, right? You need ghostwriters and all that type of stuff, right? And this is why when you're the king of the hill, the queen of the hill, you don't argue down. The people who are underneath you, be it sales, be it less accomplishments, let them stay down there. By yelling downward, you're giving them a voice. So Drake was like, I'm about to press the red button. I'm going to expose this guy. And he thought it was going to be another Meek Mill and everybody was going to be on his side, right? Little did he know, by engaging with somebody who was very skilled and accomplished, but not quite at his level in terms of like popularity at the time or whatever, you did too much. And then what happened? It cost Drake, because slowly but surely you started beefing with him, and then maybe it was neck and neck. And then Kendrick came out with like Not Like Us. And then people like started calling you a PDF file, and the way you responded, the Heart 6 or whatever 5, whatever part it was, all that stuff has been downhill ever since. Now you took 2 years off, come back with 3 albums. Everybody said them is due. I listened to them. They were terrible. You're trying to make photo dump music. It looks like you're searching for a hit for a person who before it seemed like you effortlessly were dropping hits, right? But now it looks like you're looking for a TikTok sound, right? You doing the cha-cha slide. You're trying too hard to have photo dump music where they open up their camera roll and post a carousel and then put a Drake song. Like, it looks like forced. So you're not really hitting on the high notes on the singing parts. You don't have nothing that's memorable or melodic. It's all repetitive on these 3 albums. Sound the same. Some of the beats are bad. Some are good. But even the good ones, you didn't do it justice. So the rapping is lacking. The singing ain't memorable. So you just have 3 albums all released and you're crying and whining about Kendrick. You just in a bad spot, Brody. You in a bad spot. Manish on the beat, shebang. All of my ops, they're dead. Where does it go, my head? Like, you letting people get you out of your position. Oh my gosh. Just like Drake. And now Drake trying to pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. So, Claressa, I told you, smarten up. Smarten up. You let Alycia Baumgardner get you out your skin, but now it made you look bad because all the blogs are picking it up. And they're people in the comment section, most of them, outside of a few GWOAT stands, they're blaming you. Like, why would you do that? You look way bigger than that girl. Don't put your hands on people. I could never. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I am far too smart to have happen to me what happened to Claressa Shields. Because you have to understand there's going to be people, they damn near want your spot. Baumgardner don't got 2 gold medals. She don't have undisputed 5X or whatever you got, right? So don't make it easy for people. And Claressa, instead of blocking people, you should have been listening to me. I've been trying to help you. But this is what happens when you have a bunch of yes men around you and people who everything you do is golden and they're not keeping it real with you. I've been keeping it real with Claressa. And like I said before, everything that I said, you're now seeing. And Claressa's in a very bad spot. Versus if she would have listened to me, whether you like the advice or not, you definitely wouldn't have been in this spot. And then you got to look at other things. You went to that event with Papoose. What man gonna let his girl crash out, make it physical, knowing that we're not even supposed to be really at this MVP event? So it don't make sense to crash out on an MVP fighter at an MVP event. Like, what are you doing? Like, what type of fake Bonnie and Clyde is this? Like, okay, Sons of Anarchy. Let's say there's a biker gang. You can't be an outsider, right? As an outsider, and you go into a bar, it's all a frequented bar by Hell's Angels. The Hell's Angels frequent this bar, right? And you aren't with that chapter. You don't have nothing to do with them. And you picking fights with all the Hell's Angel people, and then you think it's going to play out well for you. How does that work? How do you think you going to come in dolo, just you and Papoose, right? And then come ucking with the Hell's Angels, and then you think it's going to work in your favor. You're at an MVP event in a private VIP after party with Michael Irvin, LaVon Bell, and all these celebrities and whoever else was out there, you know, and you think you're going to disrupt that, and then somebody they're pushing like Alycia Baumgardner to be the face of boxing. You gave her your spot. You Drake. You gave her your spot. Because no matter how you play it, you're already on thin ice. It is what it is. And here's the thing. Claressa, knowing what I know about her, she probably want to crash out. Now, as of me recording the video, she hasn't said anything. But even that is bad. Here's why. This girl has no problem whatsoever talking about stupid stuff that is insignificant. man, a lot of y'all fans said I had a fat face. I ain't got no fat face. And then she eating. Like, we don't care. Why even respond to that? Man, a lot of y'all said that purple dress and the white shoes and the white boots didn't look good. I thought it looked good. What you mean I didn't look fashionable? I thought I looked fashionable. What are you doing? But anytime it's something real at your front door, you do not respond promptly. But when it's something stupid, you jump on the thing like, shebang. You know what I mean? And you have to try to control the narrative. Maserati Bud, you're with Papoose. Who cares about, even if he was an ex, whether he was a friend, an ex, a stranger, whatever, who cares? You did a 30-minute video. Ain't nobody gonna put a body on me. I'ma sue 50 Cent. Cease and desist. I want to cease and desist. And that's the thing. Another thing, I just thought about it. Some people are like, oh, Alycia Baumgardner, she a rat. She snitching. Alycia 6'9", because she want to file paperwork potentially or take it a legal way, right? But Claressa, ain't that what she said to 50? She said she was suing him. It's on wax. So y'all quote can sue people and then keep dissing them and then accuse them of slander. And then she's like, oh, 50 Cent got STDs, right? This girl don't have no common sense. Hate to break it to you, great fighter. How you gonna sue someone for defamation and then spread rumors about 50 Cent? And then he don't even respond to you anymore. And then you're like, I want 50 to fight Papoose. Papoose will whoop him. I thought you're suing him. Why would you even put that out if you're in the middle of a legal discourse? And then he didn't respond to that about Papoose whooping him. And then you're like, told Big Tigger, top 3 people I want to fight, Layla Ali, who's retired, and said she not coming out of retirement because she don't want to break bread with you. And she beautiful. Alycia Baumgardner, who's way smaller than you, and she's beautiful. And then 50 Cent, you said you want to fight 5th, right? Who sues somebody but keeps like threatening them and antagonizing them? This girl, again, I've learned in life, some people, you could give them all the help in the world. It is what it is. It's not like, it's like losing weight or something. If the person don't want to lose weight and train and maintain discipline and eat what they need to eat, it don't matter. You could be the greatest personal trainer in the world. None of that matters if right here it's not in their heart. Because if it's not in their heart, you can't will that for them, right? I could tell you my daily schedule. I could film BTS. I could tell you how to be a YouTuber, but I can't make you succeed because there's a lot that comes with this. And I'm gonna be real. Most people could do YouTube, but not everybody can do YouTube. Now, I know that's confusing. What I'm saying is this. Most people could do it, but not everybody could do it. Think. Because some people aren't going to do videos when they don't want. They're like, I got another job. I'm tired. Guess what? When I first started, I had a job way back then. You know, I had a job. I was tired. Still did it. I don't make excuses. I make money. So no one can help Claressa. She seems very stubborn in her ways, and this is why she's getting cooked. Well, what do you know? Funny how things do happen. As I'm recording this video, guess who responded? So I just caught it. Somebody sent it to me. Shout out to Glenn who sent me this. Claressa has officially responded as I am making this video. And she, for whatever reason, she posted the video thinking that was going to help her case. But look, and she had to edit it. This is already off to a rocky start, but this is brand new as of me recording a video 22 minutes ago. I have dedicated my life to the sport of boxing. Redundant. Why do you need to say that? We want to hear you address what's in front of you. We know you dedicated your life. What does that have to do? So this is already, you had to edit this thing. Okay, so it's already a bunch of red flags. This is my first time reading it. Someone literally just sent it to me, and I'm telling you the problem already. One, it's been edited. So you would think that on your public account, official account, that you would proofread it, get it exactly how you want, make sure there's no typos or whatever, post and forget. You know what I mean? The fact that you had to edit it means something. There was some kind of error, or you forgot to include something or whatever, so you edit it. Strike one. Strike two is the first sentence. I have dedicated my life to the sport of boxing. You're a two-time Olympian and gold medalist. We know that. So that you should, I would have never, I'm a writer. I would never have started with that. Strike two. Strike three, she turned the comments off. It's already, I haven't even read what she has to say, but it looks bad. Comments on this post have been limited, right? So why would you limit it? Stand on what you believe in. Anywho, I have dedicated my life to the sport of boxing. Through the grace of God, I have been blessed. Again, me, but not even in your first two sentences, you're not even talking about what happened. My talent has allowed me to undeniably take women's boxing to a new level that doesn't stop at the ring. This is a horrible response because the whole first paragraph, you could have bended, right? Because it's just me. Oh, I did this. When people want to feel like you're authentic and you're genuine or whatever, and you waited like 24 hours or whatever, finally responds, and the first paragraph is just about you. What circulated online does not tell the full story until now. Okay. I do not condone violence. I never have. Man, get this girl out of here. Ain't this the girl that be like, oh, who I want to fight? Bloggers, haters. Y'all need to pull up in real life. Y'all in your basement. Wait till I see you. But she don't condone violence, but always threatening 50 Cent, civilians, blogger. Get this girl out of here, bro. I don't condone violence, never have. Okay. Neither did Joe Jackson and Ike Turner. But I am also, see, this is horrific. Hey, fire your whole PR squad, your image, so fire all of them. The whole first paragraph was about you when you're supposed to be apologizing. The second paragraph, you're like, the story ain't accurate until now. I don't condone violence, which we know is cap. I never have, which we know is cap. A little baby sentence, I never have, period. Right? Then you say, but. Anytime someone adds a but like that, when they should just be like, hey, it got heated. I crossed the line. I apologize for that. I still want to fight her in the future, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So you're already going about it wrong, in my opinion. But I am also not someone who will stand in silence while continuously being verbally attacked, threatened, discriminated against, or assassinate my character. You edited this and you still can't spell. Or assassinate my character. Right? Discriminated against or assassinate my character. I mean, is that grammatically, am I tripping? Hold on. While continuously being verbally attacked, threatened, discriminated against, or assassinate my character. I don't know. I don't like how that is written. That looks really poor, but we'll keep going. Nor will I allow the reality of disrespect turn into a narrative or talking point about colorism or envy. Hey, yo, what? Ain't you the same girl that was like, you light-skinned y'all always be hating on me? Man, get her out of here. It's over. This is worse than I thought. This response is like, get this off my screen type. This is literally worse than I expected it to be written. I was like, okay, maybe she gonna cook and, come correct. This is horrible. She talking about colorism. What are you even talking about? What happened to the? Just say I'm sorry. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I don't even want to look at them on screen. My bad. There is documented history of attacks and threats by this person that led to this moment, and that history will speak for itself. There is a difference between aggression and protection. Yeah, pack her up. I stand on integrity. I stand on what I built. I'm a champion. I carry that everywhere I go, not just in title, but in how I move. Yeah, you move like a real champion. What I protect and what I refuse to accept. I fought too hard and come too far to let anyone rewrite my story or define my character. Any further false allegations or defamation of character will be handled accordingly by my legal team. Hashtag quote, hashtag Claressa Shields, hashtag respect. A, hashtag respectfully fire your whole team. Why would you end it hashtag respect and the whole reason you got banned is for crossing professional boundaries and slapping somebody and it's caught on tape? And then you're capping about everything, talking about, oh man, like, hold on. Oh my, y'all shouldn't have sent me this. Glenn, I don't know why you sent me this. This girl is cooked. I'm about to cook her goose. Okay, so right here you already see Claressa Shields is posting memes. Like, I guess she's trying to say Baumgardner snitching, calling the pose, using this meme of that guy, right, on the phone. So there's this girl, remember I said it, is a complete narcissist, for the record. Do you understand the lack of accountability? This is what a narcissist would do, is the whole world's expecting you to kind of soothe it over and you're still posting memes, right? Like, look, trying to roast her. I fully condone if Baumgardner wants to sue her. Because some people like this, you can't reason with them. You can't. Like, you think it's sweet. I would sue the out of you. I'll be like, man, she broke my hand, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Bro, it's over. You can't reason with people like this. So right then you did this little apology thing, and then now you're trying to post memes. Okay. So she getting that MVP. Okay, we got more. This brand new. Now to most valuable promotions. Y'all tried to sign me. I declined. You cannot ban me from a place I didn't want to be. Oh yeah, this girl lost it, bro. It's over. You didn't want to be, but you pulled up to their show. Makes no sense. We already know they tried to sign you and you declined. But you said you can't. At first, I thought she was gonna get like Claude or ChatGPT to write it for her. She wrote this. You wrote this, Rissa. You wrote this. You and them T-Rex arms wrote this. Come on, bro. The girl says, you cannot ban me from a place I didn't want to be. But why did you and Papoose go to their event then if you didn't want to be there? They didn't ban you from signing to them. They banned you from all future events that they're involved with. What is she talking about? I could go fight anywhere in the world tomorrow. Well, you're going to have to do that. You're going to be fighting in Bangladesh. So anyone who thinks this weak ass ban matters, it don't. Oh, yeah. Come on. Okay. This what I told you. The queen of crash out is back. So you can't help a person like this. When will y'all trust me? Do you believe me now? Right? This sounds like a girl when she been with a dude 10 years. The guy cheats on her and she's scorned and she feel a type of way because he moved on and he moved in with the girl he cheated on you with, and then the girls start being like, oh, that's why he got a little, oh, that's why he was weak in bed. Oh, he couldn't keep no job. That's why he got kicked off the basketball team. Oh, he got boogers in his nose, right? You're saying all of this stuff to denigrate the person, right? But in turn, by doing that, you look dumb, because if he can't get it up or whatever you're saying, can't keep a job, he was a deadbeat, lousy in bed, all these things, why were you with him for 10 years? You see what I'm saying? So you can't win that. They banned you, and if you don't care, why even write this? Like, if I got banned from, I'm trying to think of somewhere I don't like the food. Applebee's. I don't like Applebee's. If you like it, you like it, but I don't. I don't go to Applebee's, right? So, first of all, I wouldn't have been in Applebee's to get banned by Applebee's. You see how that works? I don't eat at Applebee's. Go look at my Instagram story and tell me anything that you've seen where it said Applebee's. Now, I'm not saying I've never went to Applebee's, but I'm talking about me as an adult. I don't like Applebee's food, right? So, one, unlike Claressa, I'm not even going to be in Applebee's to get banned for disrupting Applebee's, because I don't go there, right? Number two, even if somehow I got drugged to Applebee's, right, and I went and they banned me, say less. I don't care. I'm not going to make a post about it because I really don't care about no Applebee's. So you can ban me. Applebee's, if you watching this, ban me. I don't care. I'm not going to make no video about it. Oh, man, hey, guys. Hey, I want the internet to know that Applebee's banned me. I can't get no mozzarella sticks. Like, bro, what do I look like crying over Applebee's? Anywho. So anyone who thinks this weak ban matters, it don't. Those false statements will be addressed too. Y'all fighter threatening me and then playing victim is insane. MVP, y'all lying on me is nothing new. Since you guys came out the gate, nothing but disrespect. This girl has lost her mind. She needed evaluation. Everything she says is projection. So MVP disrespected you. Like, we got to have a heart-to-heart. At this point, if you support Claressa Shields in these current actions, unsubscribe to me. Like, we got to draw a line in the sand. I am way too intelligent to have someone play with my intelligence like this, right? A lot of you guys are emotional, so you just won't get it. Oh man, ego, you're tripping. I can assure you I'm not. Everything I say is sound, rash. I don't do drugs. I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank in several years, just a personal choice. I was just like, what's the point, right? I got a lot of sleep, well rested. I can assure you everything I'm saying makes sense. So let's break that down. MVP is lying on me, and it's nothing new. Peep this. Since you guys came out the gate, it's been nothing but disrespect. These are her own words, right? But then her first sentence was, now to MVP, y'all tried to sign me and I declined. Wait. You just said out the gate, they've been disrespectful to you, but your very first sentence said you tried to sign me. So how are they disrespectful if they try to do business with you? This girl has lost her mind or something. I don't know what this is. How can you say out the gates you've been disrespectful to me and treating me bad, but you try to work out a business deal with me to have me on the roster and you try to sign me? How does that make sense? How can you say they've been disrespectful, and why would they be disrespectful if they wanted to sign you? That doesn't even make sense. But again, in this girl's mind, everybody else is the problem. So the fact that you're not on good terms with your cousin, your own family, and then she dissing you. The fact that your best friend Nigeria is not on good terms with you and she's dissing you, right? The fact that you used to be looking up to Layla Ali and you respect her dad and she was your mentor and now you aren't on good terms, right? The fact that you were cool with Alycia Baumgardner at a point in time and now you guys are to the point where arguing in public and you're putting your hand on her, right? Y'all don't see a pattern here? You saying that everybody else is the problem and you're like, it's been nothing but disrespect since y'all came in the game. Ain't you the one that told TMZ that you would sock up Jake Paul in sparring and you bet him $100K that you will whoop him and you start going in about how you could beat a man and Jake Paul ain't ready for you and he wouldn't take the challenge? But you're saying they've been disrespectful to you? Jake Paul wasn't looking for no fight with Claressa Shields. She brought that up. He ain't never was just like, I don't even think he's responded to like, yeah, I'll fight her. Calling y'all fighters the real GWOAT, overlooking my accomplishments. This girl is fried, trying to erase my hard work in women's boxing and constantly trying to assassinate my character with lies. Oh, wow. Major boxing promotions. What is this? What is this even supposed to be? Why does she have this AI major boxing promotions gig? And is this to show that like Jake Paul, hold on, most valuable, they're right there. What does this prove? I don't understand why she posted this. What is this picture? Somebody in the comment section, maybe I'm tripping. Why did she post a list of all the promoters, an AI like breakdown of all the promoters? I don't understand. What does that even mean? What is going on here? What is that list supposed to like represent? Wow. Anyway, Claressa Shields is like, I stand on integrity. I don't believe in violence and condone violence. Everybody else is a problem. I fought too hard for someone to rewrite and define my character. Well, that's fine. But here's the thing. Let's look at your character, right? Your character is after it happened, not that mukbang. The exact words that made Claressa slap Baumgardner. This is your character. Uh-oh, tomorrow about to be a movie. This is your character, right? It's the GWOAT era and still crying emoji with a chess piece. How dare you put a chess emoji when none of your moves are chess? They're not even checkers at this point. Your moves are Connect Four. That's the game you play, Connect Four. This is your character. After it happened, I'm going to continue giving these bees HE double hockey sticks. Respectfully, that little ad girl said, I'll beat yo right now. After already disrespecting me, now you classy and playing victim. You can't go around threatening people. Take that slap and try to get your lick back. With the double birdies up. This your character. Good times, baby, good times. Someone said, I've never been liked by Black Air Force mode all summer, right? This is your character. So, yeah, remember I said it seems at times that Claressa's personality is bipolar. Now you see it. Your whole write-up finally addressing the situation, you're like, I don't condone violence. But then you flipping the bird, talk about, yeah, take them slaps. Go ahead and get it. Delusion. Delulu. Now, I've already preheated the oven in this video. It's time to put the food in. I'm going to show you how to grill a GWOAT. Let's cook. So, after you assault Alycia Baumgardner, you said, I'm going to continue giving these bees HE double hockey stick. That little girl said, I'll beat you right now. And after already disrespecting me, now this is what I need y'all to pay attention to. Now you classy and playing victim. Remember that. So once again, you physically touched. It was just a conversation prior to that. you physically touch Alycia Baumgardner again, and then you said she's playing victim. Keep that in mind. So that's with Baumgardner, light skin, which is ironic because there's another light-skinned female that you had beef with that boxes, and she goes by the name of the daughter of the greatest, Layla Ali. And when Layla Ali was burying you with her videos, and she was classy, she looked beautiful, and she was providing receipts, this is what Claressa Shields said in her clapback. Play the clip.
Weight class. I told I'm a bad representation of our culture.
Layla said I was a bad representation of our culture. You are. But pay attention.
Let's clear that up. I've never been in jail. You can't find a mugshot of me.
It's nothing to brag about. You haven't been to jail. Neither have I. Okay. What, you want a cookie? But pay attention. Keep listening.
I've never tested positive for PEDs or.
That's not normal to cheat and test positive for PEDs either. I don't make you a good role model because you did two things that are pretty customary, but pay attention.
Anything is what she does. She ties her name to whatever combat sports woman is popping, and she says that she'll beat them in a fight.
She claimed that Layla Ali attaches her name to other people who are popping and says that she can beat them in a fight. Projection at its finest. Everything Claressa Shields says, virtually everything that you or her or her or her or him or her does, she literally does. Shadaysha Green loses. Just because you beat the girl, that don't mean you beat Shadaysha. Triangle theories don't work in boxing. You took over the moment. Went live. Alycia Baumgardner wins. You went live, cussing them out and saying how horrible of fighters they were. Michael B. Jordan wins the Oscar. You post a picture with you and Michael B. Jordan, right? So it's funny and ironic that you said Layla Ali pretty much is a clout chaser, but you're still calling her out after she told you she don't want to break bread with you. She's not coming out of retirement for you. You're not worth it. You're not worth her time. She has other businesses and she's happy, right? But you said she had to use your name like she's not attached to the most famous name in boxing history, which is Ali. But keep paying attention. Remember what she said to Baumgardner. Now listen to this.
And then she plays victim.
Boom. You heard that? Let me see if I can run that back.
Beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim.
She said Layla Ali is a clout chaser, and then she plays victim. I know you heard it. I just played it.
Whatever combat sports woman is popping, and she says that she'll beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim once they respond.
And then she plays victim once they respond. Now, ironically, a completely different girl, a different age, a different background. You're accusing Baumgardner of playing victim. Huh. Now, remember what I just told you. Virtually everything out of Claressa Shields' mouth is more applicable to her when she's dissing people, right? Let's talk about playing victim. You said, Layla Ali said I was a bad person. I ain't never been to jail. Okay, that's just like the bar is that low that not going to jail and not failing a PED test makes you a good role model or good for the culture. What about all the other stuff you're doing? And I didn't really want to have to bait Claressa like this, but she tried me, and now the gloves are off. I gotta be real. So let's talk about your character. So again, Claressa Shields, in my opinion, is a narcissist. No accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. What's the likelihood that Layla Ali, who's her own person, she's the bad guy, and you called her playing victim? You said she did everything. It's all her fault, and she played victim, right? Baumgardner, completely different person. It's her fault. Everything is her fault. And you said she's playing victim. Now, I'm going to run it back one more time so you guys get the full picture. This is what Claressa said to Layla Ali.
Is what she does. She ties her name to whatever combat sports woman is popping, and she said that she'll beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim once they respond.
So she says basically Layla Ali's a clout chaser who leeches and kind of attaches and leeches and attaches her name to whatever's hot and popping, which we know for a fact this is what Claressa Shields does. Alycia Baumgardner and Shadaysha fought on ESPN. We don't know when Claressa is back in the ring, but she took the liberty of trying to make the night about her. MVP, Ronda Rousey, had a fight with Gina Carano. Again, you always got to play scene stealer, right? It wasn't your night. It wasn't even your sport for real. It was an MMA fight, the first MVP fight, right? And somehow the headlines are reading about Claressa Shields because you touched one of their fighters at the event. Always got to make it about you. Here's another example. See, the worst thing that y'all could have did is get me started because you know I come with receipts. Last year, she was a nominee for the BET Award, right? And this is a direct quote from her verified page. I still don't know how I didn't win the Sportswoman of the Year for the BET Awards, but congrats to Angel Reese and all the other nominees. Shrug. I just thought accolades matter. This girl is salty. If you can't tell by how this was written, but congrats to Angel Reese and all the other nominees. I just thought that accolades. So you still sneak dissing in the last sentence. I thought accolades matter. So you're basically saying like first of all, she looked beautiful. She banging. You know what I mean? She's stepping it up for the WNBA basketball chicks. She looked fine and she tall, right? So you sneak dissing. You always try to steal somebody else's shine. She won. She beat you. Deal with it. Leonardo DiCaprio, he got nominated. He wasn't hating on Michael B. Jordan. He knows he's going to do another good movie. Claressa does not have real confidence. Maybe in the ring, but I'm talking about outside. And I'm going to continue to put her on the grill. So anyway, I still don't know how I didn't win. Who does this? Name another celebrity that acts like this. They get a Grammy nomination and lose to Kendrick Lamar, and then they put a salty tweet like, man, how I didn't get best rap album of the year? This is the player haters ball. And you said Layla Ali's a hater, and Alycia Baumgardner is supposedly jealous, and all these other people that are watching and bloggers are jealous. But you out here last year talking about how didn't I win? But congrats to Angel Reese. I just thought accolades matter. I'm glad she won. I'm glad she beat you. Aha. Right? And then someone said, girl, don't get on here complaining after she did it. You're talented. Don't let that get overshadowed because you appeared to not come as a sore loser. I don't know. What does that say? Appear to come not as a sore loser. Just delete the tweet, say congratulations, and keep it moving. So again, fans been telling, this is last year, June 10th of last year. This girl, this is who she is. I told you I'm going to expose the character. She said, sore loser? Nah, you hate the facts. You didn't win. I hope BET never gives you an award. You don't deserve an award. Talking about, oh, I thought accolades matter. I thought this was supposed to be a fair competition. You're salty. And then you're trying to throw that jacket on everybody else. You're talking about Layla Ali play victim. Baumgardner play victim. Look at your fake apology. Your fake apology, which doesn't make sense. And you're like, man, me. I've dedicated my life to the sport. What does that got? Just apologize. All you had to do was just be like, I didn't mean to touch the girl. Y'all know we don't like each other. Hopefully we could line it up in the future. I'm sorry for touching her. Sign the contract. And then that would have been cool. There would be no blowback for that probably, right? But again, the girl that claims that Layla Ali and Baumgardner and every other female is jealous of her, right? And playing victim. I'm showing you multiple examples of her saying everybody else is playing victim. What are you doing? What's circulated online does not tell the full story. There's a whole clip, right? How doesn't it tell the full story? We're watching you put your hand on her. This girl is like, I don't know. It's just full crash out mode. She talking about it don't tell the whole story. What story is there? Is it not like a movie where they got deleted scenes? We watched the clip. You touched her when you didn't need to, when before it was just an exchange of words. What more is there to tell? Not only did you touch her, you went on social media and started bragging about it. Like, man, my accuracy is good. And I'm putting my foot down. Black Air Force energy. You said all these things. So what more of the story do we need to know outside of what we seen with our own two eyes and what we read from you, right? And then you got Levon Bell and you got Michael Irvin, and they're recanting what happened. So who's really playing victim? This girl, Claressa Shields. Man, y'all don't know the full story. We seen the full story. Playing victim. Talking about everyone's against me and trying to assassinate my character, and I will not let the reality of disrespect turn into a narrative. You shouldn't have put nothing. You would have been better off not responding to it. Just take your ban, shut up, and keep it pushing. That would have been a better option. But clearly the people around you do not care about you, including Papoose. And here's why. This is my personal opinion. Because if I had a girlfriend that was at this event, I see you walking up to an op, I know this could go left. Look at the position. You're wrestling right now, right? The whole world is like, man, you shouldn't have touched that girl. That was wrong. You're getting banned. Your actions and the result of your actions are speaking volumes, right? So if that was my girl, I'd be like, babe, it's not worth it. You got $8 million allegedly, right? It's not going to go over well. And this girl does not get it. She keeps saying everyone else is playing victim. You are playing the victim. You know why? Because you are the one that approached her. You approached the girl. How you approach as the aggressor, I hate the way you talk. And like putting your hands up and if you would have left her alone and not just be like, man, bump her. We don't like each other. It's more her night than it is yours. She dressed better and she's with the people throwing the party, right? So you should have fell back. Even if you've seen her, who cares? You bringing up an interview she brought up a long time ago, right? And like approaching her about it. Oh, da. And then you talk about someone playing victim. You're playing the victim. Your apology was terrible. And nobody has any sympathy for you because people see the real, see what you're doing. And all that running around acting like a ghetto banshee, and then you act surprised when you get banned, you know? And you think the fans are going to be on your side. You didn't have to approach her at all. And here's the funny thing that Claressa really don't get. If this does become a legal matter where it goes to court or charges are pressed, she presses charges or whatever, you've already incriminated yourself. You went and boasted Claressa the gloat Shields. You gloated about this. You're not the gloat, you the gloat, right? You took to social media, and the funny thing is, it's the internet. Like they said on Superbad, people don't forget. People don't forget. Everybody, all the bloggers got all the screenshots. So between my videos and what other people post, you're caught on candid camera. Period. So you can say whatever you want. I dare you to go to court and try to fight this when you said, quote, all that playing, how you gonna say I'll whoop your butt right now? I'm from Flint, the F around and find out city. So cool. You bragging about it. You were the aggressor. What are you gonna say? Hey, Your Honor, I did it in self-defense. All she said was words. You can't have self-defense when you're encroaching and when you're the aggressor and when you're instigating and when you're the one that approaches someone. And then after it happened, you're like, yeah, I smacked her. I'm from Flint. F around and find out. FAFO. This girl lost her marbles somewhere. She has completely lost the plot. And Anybody screenshot this, send this to the judge. If I'm Alycia Baumgardner, absolutely, I'm pressing maximum charges. Not even on no cowardice. It's just because I can, because you're foolish enough to fall for it and you touch me. I want to see what that 8 mil worth. Talk about, oh, I got 8 mil. No, we got $8 million because you try to harm my brand by running up. Alycia Baumgardner was looking all cute, looking all good in that leather, right? And you run up like a ghetto banshee and start antagonizing her. And then some people are like, oh, but Baumgardner was talking trash too. There's a difference between talking trash and then touching somebody, right? What is she supposed to sit there? Then y'all would have said she's scared for not talking back. She came to be with her MVP people. She might have been paid to show up, to dress up and show up because she's with that company. Claressa Shields, she just showed up. And then her and Papoose had the audacity to tag Netflix every second. And then you calling other people clout chasers. Why are you tagging Netflix? And here's the other issue. Speaking of Netflix, this is how obtuse and short-sighted this girl is, Claressa Shields. She talking about, I don't care about no MVP. I ain't want to be there, right? Let me pull it up. I told you, I'm going to break this girl down. We going to break it down. You got the right one. I'm Ray Charles. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. You got the right one, baby, right? Now, to the most valuable promotions. Y'all tried to sign me. Irrelevant. So, you're a good fighter, and you're putting that out there that they try to sign a good fighter. Oh, you exposed him. Like, okay, what does that mean? You didn't take the deal. You went to Win Records, and we don't know when your next fight is. Meanwhile, they're putting on shows, right? But peep this. You cannot ban me from a place I didn't want to be. Then why did you and Papoose bring y'all butt? Why'd you bring your tail down to the event if you didn't want to be there? This girl is a full-time capper. It don't even make sense. You try to sign me. Again, I've already went over that. Who cares? They try to sign you because you're a good fighter, and they didn't know all the baggage you come with, I'm sure, because they probably wouldn't have wanted to sign you, right? So the first sentence, irrelevant. The world knows that a couple different promoters were looking at you in free agency. So you didn't even need to put that. Redundant, right? Then the second thing you said, you cannot ban me from a place I didn't want to be. Why were you tagging Netflix? Why was Papoose tagging Netflix? Why did you show up? Why did you go to the fight if you didn't want to be there? This is like when people get kicked out of the party, they get kicked out the function, they get kicked out the spot, and they're like, man, this place sucks. I'm going to Nations. Give me a cheeseburger. This place stinks. I didn't want to be here no way. And then they talking trash as the bouncers escort them out, and they're trying to denigrate the establishment that they only left because they got kicked out. You're being escorted out, and you're talking about how weak the club is. What did Chris Brown say? I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. Lag out. This is the quote. This is y'all quote, right? If y'all even want to call her that anymore, because this is not quote behavior. You're getting escorted out of the club, and you're talking about, man, this place stinks. I didn't want to be here no way. Why did you go to it then? Nobody told you to go. Why would you live in Atlanta, Papoose lives in New York. Why would you fly to LA from wherever y'all were to go to this Jake Paul event? And then now you talk about, man, ban me. I want to get banned. People do that to me on my YouTube, right? They watch all my videos. They'll be all in the comment section. And then they'll be like, I don't care, ego blocked me, and make a video about it. Why are you making a video if you don't care that I blocked you? Why are you telling people in other people's comment section that Boxing Ego blocked you? You happy to get blocked, right? So again, this girl, she can't be trusted with what she says. Talking about, you can't ban me from a place I didn't want to be. You shouldn't have showed up at their event causing a ruckus, right? But here's the other thing. If Claressa actually had wherewithal, you would be looking at the big picture instead of being banned from all MVP events. Because I see a lot of the foolishness in the comment section, the couple GOAT stands, and they trying to advocate for this behavior like, oh, who cares about MVP promotions? This is why you should want to care. Because like it or not, Nikisa and Jake Paul and MVP promotions, they are a player in this game. The viewership numbers came out and it peaked at 17 million, right? So hear me out. Peaked at 17 million, right? And I got a few more specifics. Chris Mannix says 12.4 million worldwide viewers for Ronda Rousey per MVP, which had a peak. So at the highest moment, the climax was 17 mil. But even 12.4, these are great numbers for Netflix, especially MVP's first foray into MMA, right? These are high, for the record, these are higher than any UFC fight. Any UFC fight. And Jake Paul and MVP and Nikisa did that in their first outing. So these are strong numbers. Obviously, Netflix has a built-in fan base, but you still have to have the semblance of an event that people want to see to get any type of numbers like that, right? The numbers in the US alone, not globally, are 9.3 million, and they peaked at 11.6, right? So the point I'm making is, while Claressa's like, you can't ban me from a place I didn't want to be, you could have signed with these people. This, in women's combat, these are the numbers that they're pulling for their first MMA show, right? So logistically, you probably don't have everything figured out for your show, right? If it's your first show in MMA. So usually it could get better. And the platform begins to trust their partner a bit more. Like, all right, your Ronda Rousey show did 17 million. We like these numbers. Cool. Nikisa, Jake Paul, we got a date for you in October. That's how that works. You at the network, and when you become a reliable partner, you network, right? So Claressa out here didn't sign to these people. Fine, whatever. But instead of putting your hands on people, you and Papoose could have been rubbing elbows with whoever else was there. Bump Alycia Baumgardner if you don't like her. There were other people there, from Marshawn Lynch. Papoose or something could be like, you know, you should drive a car and I'll rap while Marshawn Lynch is driving. And if he respects it, maybe he would have did it or whatever. So when I go to one of these types of events, I'm not looking for trouble. I'm not looking to get into it. You know, obviously you got to protect yourself if it goes down, but you should be looking to network. They say your net worth is your network. This girl is acting so unhinged and ghetto that you go to the perfect event, LA, palm trees, beautiful women, trees if you smoke it, you know, drank if you drink it, sunny weather. It never rains in Southern California, right? Beautiful weather. I'm in California, not LA, but still I'm up north. LA's my second home. You should have been out here politicking and networking with these people. Instead, you go viral for all of the wrong reasons. And then you have a half-hearted apology that really is not an apology. So here's where it could come to bite you. Hear me out. Netflix and Nikisa and Jake Paul MVP promotions, they just established that they did very good business together as a unit, right? Jake Paul and MVP, they handle everything, went smooth outside of the Claressa ish, but MVP already took a stance on it, protected their fighter. She banned, so we ain't got to worry about her for future events, right? So Netflix would be pleased with that. Meanwhile, you on the outside looking in now. You can't go. They got like 90% of women's boxing. Anybody who's relevant, from Raquel Miller, right, to some of the younger girls, like that Jocelyn girl, right, to Michaela Mayer, Shadasia Green, Amanda Serrano, that girl from Canada, right, and so on and so forth. They got 90% of the women's boxers already right over there, right? So yeah, you should care that you can't go to their events until they say so, or unless they lift the ban, right? And the way you're acting, there's really no reason for him to lift the ban. In addition, these people, MVP, just did good business with Netflix. So you think they're going to side with Claressa Shields, who was in the wrong, or their partners, MVP? So not only did you mess it up for MVP, which is its own conglomerate, you might have messed it up for Netflix. If you acting like this and acting ghetto, Netflix might not want you, right? So like, for example, Floyd Mayweather's fighting Pacquiao in September. You might be barred from that. I don't know. As of recording this video, I haven't heard anything, but it might get worse for you. It might snowball from here, where Netflix is like, nah, you ain't coming to our events either, trying to ghettoize it and fight people and pull up, and you ringside yelling and filming. Oh my God, oh my goodness. I wouldn't want that. Brittany Ferlin, she didn't even pull her phone out. Tommy Lee, they was just chilling, watching some good fights. You the only one loud up there, right? So you could have been a spokesperson. They probably would have, if you signed with them, they would have gave you a mic when you weren't working for like an MMA gig, or if it wasn't your card, you probably could have did commentary, picked up a paycheck like that. You and Papoose, he talking about he got a new album, Meals on Wheels or whatever. You could have been politicking with John Jones and all them people that was there. Instead, you getting in fights. And then to all the people like, yeah, Alycia Baumgardner had it coming. I would have did it too. That's why you broke. Yeah, you would have did it too. And you would have been right here with Claressa with the same type of band and your money funny. You know what I mean? So none of this stuff, you got to think big picture. You know, you got to think about, how does this make me look? Like, you're not, this girl, it proves with that tweet she put that I showed. I'm from Flint, F around to find out. All right, stay from Flint. You're going to be right back there too. Because when the world do you like Kanye to the, right? When he was wilding out and saying all these statements and people like, chill, chill, chill. And eventually it got to a point where they're like, nah, man, drop him. We don't want to do deals with him. And then now he has to do gospel meetups and Sunday fun days and all this type of stuff and got to come correct and apologize. Me, I ain't apologizing for nothing because I respect everybody. I'm not out here disrespectful. I don't bully people. I'm not out here acting ignorant in a fashion that would displease my parents or something. I'm not acting like I'm on Zeus Network. You know, Remy Ma said it. You want to be a baddie, but you're not bad enough. You know what I mean? You acting like this is a baddies TV show or something. Like you can run around and put your hands on people. Diabolical work. Now, I told you, I'm going to prove that Claressa Shields ain't really confident when it comes to being in her own skin. Like Exhibit A. Before the wrestling, right, she had posted this. This was sent to me. Her caption says, fine as HE double hockey stick. You see it at the bottom, right? You're so fine, you put dot vibe soft silk filter on your face as you're getting makeup done. That's one. Two, you keep telling us how beautiful you are and how fine you are. How is that necessary? If you know in your heart that you're a goddess or beautiful or enchanting and you're fine, why do you have to keep telling us that? Why do you have to keep wearing filters? These are the questions that all boxing fans have. Why do you keep telling us you're beautiful? If that's how you feel, rock with it. But for me, the fact that you keep repeatedly saying it for no reason is like very questionable. Look, the skin is so beautiful and clean. And then she says it, but the makeup artist didn't say it first. You said it, right? and really look like they trying to lighten you up. This don't even matter. Like, if we really want to get technical, this don't even blend in. Your neckline don't even blend in. You know what I mean? So they trying to give you, I don't know who's doing your makeup. I mean, I don't know everything about makeup. Maybe I'm tripping. But they got you in makeup where it looked light, like the makeup complexion or whatever look lighter than your actual skin tone. So I hope he blend that in. I don't know. I don't know all about makeup, but I know when the neckline don't match. Was she possessed? What was that? what happened to her eye? Maybe I just paused at a weird time. What's up with her eyes? She's like, Mama say, Mama say, Makusa. Mama say, Mama say, Makusa. What is going on? That's weird. Let me get off this. What is happening? Look, they got food commercials all on you.
That skin is clean, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That is good skin.
It was so even.
Well, like, why did you have to say that? That skin is clean, baby. That is some good skin. Why didn't the makeup, the MUA, ain't that what it's called? Why he ain't say it, or she, or whoever that is? Why you have to initiate everything? Like, if you beautiful, then you beautiful, cool. But you like, that's some good skin. And then he started agreeing afterwards.
No clumps or nothing, because that skin is good, baby.
Man, you can't tell me what's going on.
Let me figure out what I'm gonna do for my hair. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do my hair. I'm gonna do something cute and bossy.
This the final look or what?
You gotta be.
You got them first?
Is there more? Hook me up with more blue gold. It's right here, right behind us. Black for me.
What?
What do you need? Some.
Hold up. You keep saying you beautiful and they working on you like a pit stop. Why they got this look like Brad Pitt in F1? How many people they got working on you? Like they changing all 4 tires in the middle of a F1 Grand Prix race. Look at, like, go watch F1 with Brad Pitt, my guy, and Javier Bardem. When Brad Pitt was like, and then he needed the soft tires, and they had to change all 4 tires and switch them out for the soft tires. Look at how many people are working on her like a pit stop. As she keeps saying, you got a person in the front, 4 people in the back.
All right, cool.
Do you have a blow dryer?
Nice.
He's like, I'm beautiful.
What you doing with that blue and gold? It's so cute. Oh my.
A lot of hands up in the kitchen, bro. I'm trying to see the final look.
Because I like her ends like here. It gets a little wavy. So, and then just tie it off with a little blue gold or a little blue.
Yes, curls.
Bro, they putting rope in her hair. That definitely ain't your hair, though.
Because I like her ends.
He's like, yeah, baby, get that money. Get that money for us with this wrestling. I don't know, man. Anyway, I ain't never seen somebody who had to like constantly keep saying, my skin's so beautiful, I look pretty. This sounds exactly like somebody who has esteem issues and they're trying to mask it and they're trying to hide it and they're trying to overcompensate. Halle Berry don't act like this and she fine. She been fine since I was a kid, right? Monsters Ball. I wanna feel good, baby, feel good. Make me feel good. I wanna feel good. Like, bro, what? Swordfish. Halle Berry don't act like this. So why you keep telling us I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful? You're getting makeup done with filters on. Like literally I see the filter icon at the bottom while you're getting makeup. You're talking about my skin is perfect. Then why use the filter? I mean, I'm a guy. Maybe I don't understand this stuff. But for me, I feel like if your skin is so beautiful and natural and all this type of stuff, you don't really need filters and extra because you can hop up out the bed and you banging, right? So let's keep going. Claressa Shields got that banny ban, and I've already went over. She was like, "Oh, I don't care about a ban. I never wanted to be there anyway." Okay. Well, it sounds like you're saying that because you got kicked out, you got punted, right? So of course you're going to say that. You think anyone who thinks this weak ad ban matters, it don't. Then why would you even talk about it? If it don't matter, why even respond to it? Those false statements will be addressed too. But you out here wrestling. Y'all fighter threatening me and then playing victim. Again, you said that to Layla Ali. Narcissist. Everybody else is playing victim but you. MVP is y'all lying on me is nothing new. What are you talking about? What did MVP, all they did is said, you're no longer welcome at our events. This girl is unhinged. How do you not see this? What name? This is what people do. They'll say everybody's lying on me. I can't get a fair shake. But then they won't say specifically what you said that was a lie. You're saying MVP lied on me and it's nothing new. What was the lie? They didn't even, the only thing they said was, I'll go to MVP's page. They said, you're no longer welcome at our events, banned. Where's the lie? There's no lie. They don't want you coming back. So ask specifically what they said that was a lie. You're calling the promotional company a lie. I'm telling you, the girl's a crash out. Since you guys came out the gate, it's been nothing but disrespect. But you just said they wanted to sign you. How is it disrespect? They wanted to work with you. Calling y'all fighters the GWOAT, but you're also the one that photoshopped your own face over their graphic. So again, this is narcissistic behavior. It's me, look at my accomplishments. Oh my gosh, 2 Olympics. Everybody else is a problem. Everyone's trying to assassinate my character and libel and defamation, and I'm not standing with the lies. But again, they won't tell you what is a lie, right? And to further prove that, you guys could type Claressa Shields challenges Jake Paul, and it'll come up when she said she wanted to spar him, right? When she wanted to fight him and he's not that good of a fighter. You've already trashed Shadaysha Green, an MVP fighter, and Alycia Baumgardner. What are you talking about? But again, it's everyone else's problem except for the GWOAT. And let me show y'all what full confidence looks like and fake confidence. Claressa, all she talked about is these 2 gold medals. She did win 2 gold medals, the London Games in 2012, and then again in 2016. So your last Olympic was, at this point, a decade ago. You're still talking about and shining old trophies. This is 10 years ago. If somebody is happy with their life, why is their fondest memory things they did over a decade ago or 10 years ago, right? Like 2012, what songs were even out? It was probably like Lady Gaga, ra ra da da da, Roman da da da, Gaga, ooh la la, like it was some stuff like that. Let me look it up. What songs came out? So we'll go with your first in 2012. Copy. What songs came out in 2012? Okay. Just somebody that I used to know. That's old. Call Me Maybe. Look, Gangnam Style. Come on, bro. You won an Olympic when Gangnam Style came out, right? And Diamonds by Rihanna. See, Rihanna is definitely a billionaire and famous. She don't have to keep talking about Diamonds went diamond or platinum in 2012. You know why? Because she's a billionaire now and she got Fenty Savage. Nicki Minaj, who's super irrelevant right now, and her boyfriend is, never mind, I almost said something crazy, right? So just to give you an example, in pop culture, these are the songs that were out. Let's check movies that came out the year Claressa won that gold medal. Okay, that's a great movie with Ryan Gosling, Killing Them Softly. Who else? What else? I'm trying to see the big movies. What big movies? The Avenger. Man, get this girl out of here, bro. The first Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises with Heath Ledger. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Where tonight? Yeah. My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night he gets crazy. Right? Bro, The Dark Knight, obviously a Christopher Nolan masterpiece, but The Hobbit, these are the movies that were out when she won Twilight. I went to see that with a baddie. Damn, she was fine. Django, like, come on, bro. The year you won gold, Django and Twilight and The Hobbit and all this other Hunger Games won, and Dark Knight Rises and the Avengers came out. And this is what I'm beautiful. What are you doing right now? Right now, you're crashing out your brand. Right now, you're getting banned. This is what's happening right now. Right now, you have 6 people in the makeup room like a pit stop working on you. And you're wrestling from an organization. I already made a video about that. Check that on the channel. I literally have never heard of. Talk about right now. I'm not going to denigrate what you've done in terms of the 2 medals, but 2012 and 2016, we're talking a decade and a decade plus that you got them medals. That's like me talking about a girlfriend that I had back then. Man, she had to find it. She had to, like, why are you still talking about that, right? Like, again, we got to elevate as people. Some people are stuck in the past. They still shining old trophies. What are you doing now? Where's your brand at right now? What do the fans think about you right now? Because everybody was celebrating you in the Olympics because you seem very humble. Claressa, the sad thing is this, and I'm being real. Let me take this off. Claressa Shields has one of the most inspirational stories just coming from the hood, Flint, bad water, 2 gold medals. You know what I mean? So she should be on Wheaties boxes and she should be like kind of like a gold standard. But with the good comes the bad, the gift and the curse. She don't know how to act and she's tarnishing her brand doing these things. And then on top of that, you don't keep the right people around to the point where anybody checks you or takes your phone or seemingly cares for you. If they truly cared about you, they would have prevented you from touching Alycia Baumgardner. They would have prevented you from even going over there. What good can happen being at an MVP show and running up on an MVP fighter? Nothing good is going to happen when y'all already don't like each other. And it's been a jealousy and an envy, in my opinion, that has progressively gotten worse. You touched her before. She was on the plane. What, you gonna fight her on the plane? Like, you have no restraint. You could have fought her on the plane, but you held back but now you're with Papoose and now you don't hold back. So I don't know if he put you up to it and you guys were trying to get a clip, like clip farming, like, hey, run up on her, and it just got out of hand. But if your man really care about you, he not gonna tell you to go confront this person. Let's get us a clip. He gonna be like, let's bounce. Let's go to the Waffle House. Let's go back to the Airbnb or whatever. I love seeing Claressa crash out. Makes me appreciate my inner circle, my family. I know for a fact my family will never let me slip this far and not say nothing about it and not like intervene. Your people allow you. You got people following you 24/7 with Win Record shirts, and nobody can stop you from looking a fool. You talking about they're not recognizing your accomplishments. People respect the gold medals, but we're not going to talk about it for 20 years straight. You did it. If something happened, it's in the past, deal with it. And then got the nerve to project and say everyone else is playing victim. Layla Ali, Baumgardner. You're the one projecting. You're the one playing victim. You're like, I will not let you assassinate my character. What character? You pulled up on her, you touched her, and you bragged about it. So again, you should have just gave a fake sorry. Went on ChatGPT and said, hey, how do I apologize? Even if you didn't mean it, it would at least look better because they're just words on the screen. You putting this and like trying to taunt Baumgardner, this is a whole L, right? You posting all this, I hope it's worth it. I hope it, for the damage it's doing to your brand and whatever comes next for Crash Out Claressa, I hope all this is worth it. Get your jokes in. Like, this girl don't get it. Some people are like that. They're not going to get it until you strip everything away. And maybe the boxing commission steps in. Maybe she gets banned from Netflix. Maybe she does something else crazy. Who knows? Maybe she gets sued by Baumgardner. The endless possibilities are there. And when people start to nosedive like this, the longer you've been doing it, the harder it's going to be to pull that plane back up. And I've been trying to warn Claressa Shields for a while. You don't want it with me. I've been told y'all that. But then all this extra stuff, all you had to do is be that quiet girl from Flint, Michigan, and be winning and have an inspirational story. Some people, and this is the danger with social media, is the more you see of certain people, the more it hurts them, right? Because you get to see the character, you get to see like the hygiene, you get to see how they treat other people, right? And so on and so forth. And Will Smith is more pertinent to the culture than you've ever been. Even with the gold medals. We got Fresh Prince, Out of Will. We done got Bad Boys, Bad Boy, Bad Boy. Now that's how you supposed to drive. Oh, from now on, that's how you drive. You don't have no moments like that, right? You just be, I'm beautiful, I look good. Like, you don't got no Will Smith type of Men in Black. Here come the Men in Black, right? And he slapped Chris Rock and it hurt. So you touching Alycia Baumgardner, who's fine as all ever, that's only going to fuel your insecurities and your jealousy and your envy even more. And finally, I want to talk about this. The Claressa Shields fans are probably the GWOAT. I'm talking about the diehards, the GWOAT stands. They are some of the fakest people on the planet. Here's why. The few that had the audacity to even pop out and show face in my comment section, they were like, oh man, Claressa's dark skin and Claressa, y'all just saying that because the other girl, Baumgardner's pretty. Huh? Boom. Bill Duke voice. You know you done fucked up. You said that Alycia Baumgardner is getting away with talking trash or whatever, pretty much because she has pretty privilege and because she's pretty, right? But here's the thing. Claressa tells us almost daily, and I just showed you how pretty she is. So the GWOAT stands have told on themselves. They think Alycia Baumgardner is all that in a bag of chips. Because if Claressa told us she's beautiful, I'm pretty, I look good, I'm fine, then they both have that in common, right? How does Alycia Baumgardner have pretty privilege when you just said that Claressa, or she just said that she looks amazing, right? So that means they don't believe that. They don't believe that. Just like Claressa don't believe it, right? Because you can't, if both people said that they look good, right? Then you can't say one has pretty privilege if they both are claiming that they look amazing. Now, I'm not going to get into the looks of whatever, because for me, looks are in the eye of the beholder and it's subjective. But I'm talking about to the GWOAT stands. They're the ones in the comment section and they're like, man, Baumgardner's getting treated this way because she's pretty. But y'all said Claressa is fine, right? So that doesn't even make sense to me. So somebody can't be telling the truth. Claressa tell you every time she fine. So how you gonna accuse one girl of having pretty privilege if they both claim that they both look so good? Don't even make sense. And this is the level of competence that we are getting from the GWOAT stands. They thought they cooked. Oh man, Baumgardner, she gets away with anything, and y'all cape for her because she's pretty. So you're telling on yourself. You think she's pretty, and you think she's getting special treatment because you know she fine, right? You know this girl is fine. When I'm looking at cute smile, she definitely in shape, complexion banging, hair banging, body banging. Like, come on, bro. So you guys have already been found out. You guys don't even know it. You don't even know how crazy you look. You got two girls to say they pretty, but then you're only saying that Baumgardner is getting special treatment because she pretty. So that means you really think Baumgardner is pretty for you to have even said that. And she is. She looked fine. Look, this is what Baumgardner wore, and this is what Claressa wore. Claressa got a Shein special from Shein. Fashion Nova or something. I don't know what Baumgardner wearing, but she wearing the hell at that dress. You know what I mean? And this all, to me, this all stems from jealousy, right? Look at it. Claressa going in on light-skinned women. Oh, light-skinned women are my biggest haters. And then got the nerve to say that, oh, y'all being colorist. You bring up color. You said 50 Cent don't like black women. You said light-skinned women are my biggest ops. They the biggest haters. Light-skinned people, we don't even act like that. It's just, it is what it is. I can't help my complexion. Baumgardner can't help her complexion, right? She can't help how she was born and that she looked good. What are you talking about? So again, with Claressa, all you get is projection. She projects out and tries to throw it on you, but it's really her own personal demons. And she be talking about fighting bloggers and stuff. Don't worry about fighting bloggers. Fight your own demons. Fight your childhood. Because that's the real issue here. This girl is fine. She moving. She made a business decision to sign to Jake Paul. It appears that MVP is taking care of the female fighters. And they out here winning. And they don't want you at their events. And you're saying you don't care, but you really do care. Because you wouldn't be like, I didn't want to be there no way. If you didn't want to be there, you shouldn't have went there. How you going to, like, there's certain things I don't do. I don't eat at Applebee's. But I'm not going to Applebee's to start trouble either. I just don't pull up to no Applebee's. I don't want no mozzarella sticks. So Claressa is full of cap, in my opinion. Blaming Layla Ali. Oh, she wanted to play victim. Blaming Baumgardner. You are playing victim. Point blank, period. Hype my video up. A comprehensive deep dive into Claressa Shields' apology. Let me know what you feel in the comment section. And definitely check out the video where Claressa's wrestling. It's on my channel. I just posted it. But yeah, you're a wrestler now or making wrestling cameos the day after. The timing is super weird. We unpack.